Elizabeth Pothast and Andrei Castravet's storyline has primarily revolved around family conflict. The cost of getting in good with Chuck and the family business led to Andrei getting kicked in the face. Judging from previews, there's worse still to come. But is it all just a show for the cameras? A growing number of fans think so, and say that they found proof. Early this season, even before the ill-fated RV trip and family reunion, the Potthasts gathered on a yacht. Their bitter argument turned physical between Libby and her sister, Becky. Apparently, the Potthasts weren't showing Andrei the kind of respect that Libby believes that he is owed. Libby's die-hard commitment to backing up her husband no matter what led to things getting ugly. The physical contact was brief but very upsetting. It was, Chuck lamented to the camera, the last thing that he wanted for his family. History repeated itself several episodes later. After a bitter and conflict-riddled family reunion, the family returned home to Florida. We soon saw them celebrating Eleanor's second birthday at a mid-sized family gathering. As always, the fight was about Andrei's closeness with Chuck. This time, it was Jen, and not Becky, who took the lead. She accused him of manipulating her father and taking her piece of the auction. She also chucked her piece of the cake right at his face, nailing him in the neck and shoulder. That's intense and bitter, right? But the photos that Libby shared from that party tell a different story. In these photos, Eleanor and her cousins pose happily in a peaceful environment. Additionally, we see Libby and her sisters, Becky and Jen, also posing happily side by side. As a bonus, their mother, Pamela, is in some of the photos. Now this flies in the face of, well, everything that we saw about that party. Were there secretly to parties a real birthday celebration and a staged fight? A number of fans are accusing the show of being totally fake and citing this as evidence. Let's be clear, part of being a reality star often entails knowing when and how to cause problems on purpose. We know that Jen and Becky have done this, with a wink and a nod to the camera. While this is played as a tax on Andrei, what they're really doing is stirring the pot for entertainment reasons. The Potthasts have now been on multiple seasons in this franchise. They know the drill. First season stars are usually cast because of obvious conflicts at play, often including pathological personalities that will play well on camera. But when the family keeps coming back, season after season, it's usually because they know how to stay messy and act out for the viewers at home. We do have to say that some things that we see on the show seem to be very real. At least some of the resentment of Andrei is probably rooted in truth. And it is not difficult to believe that Andrei actually does say the sexist things to Libby even when cameras aren't rolling. Some people think that Libby's family playing a conflicts on camera means that the show is scripted. This is, to the best of our knowledge, provably false. There is no script. Therefore, it is not scripted. Words mean things. Though it is known that production will suggest, nudge, and reshoot to get the best results, something about the Potthasts conflict feels homebrewed. It seems likely that they're just being on their worst behavior, dialing up every sincere conflict to 11, mostly on their own. As for the party, truth be told, I always assumed that the cake throwing took place after the kids were in bed. Anger can be relieving if it's not expressed in front of little kids.